In today's lesson, we will learn some vocabulary and how to use letters to produce these words. Alif anar, pomegranate. Alif anar. In anar, we need four sounds: alif, and then an, then again alif, anna, then re, anar. So here, alif is non-connector, noon is connector, and re is non-connector. Alif will take independent position because it is non-connector. Noon can be connected with the next letter, so this is the initial position of noon, and next letter is alif. Alif is non-connector, so it will take only the independent position or the final position. So here to connect with noon, and then re is non-connector, so it will take independent position. So when we will join them, so alif, this one, and noon and alif, and then this re. So there are three parts. First only alif, second noon and alif are combined, and in third we have re. So anar, be bakri, goat. Be bakri. So in bakri we need be sound, then kaf sound, then re sound, bak, re, and ye sound, re, because choti ye make the sound e. So bakri. So here be is a connector, kaf is connector, re is non-connector, and ye is connector. So be is connector, so it will take initial position like this. Kaf is connector, so we'll write kaf like this. It has connector on both sides. And then re is non-connector, so it will take final position. So we'll have the connector here to connect it with kaf, and then after that we cannot connect any letter because it is in the final position. Then ye is left, so ye will come as independent letter. So when we will write bakri, so it is be, kaf, this one, and then kaf has connector here to connect it with re, bakri, and then this is ye, bakri. Pe patang, kite. Pe patang. Pe, in patang we have four sounds: pat, patang, noon, patang, patang. We have four sounds: patang. So all these four letters are connectors, so we will not break them in parts, rather we'll make it one group. So pe will take the initial position, te will take the middle position, where middle position mean it has connector on both sides. Same is true with noon. And then gaf is last letter, so it will take the final position. When we will combine them, it will be pe, te, noon. So this is pe, this is te, second is te, and then noon, and then here we have gaf, patang. Te tarazu, scale. Te tarazu. So tarazu, tar, te, re, tar, tarazu, tarazu, tarazu. So we need five sounds. Tarazu. So here te is connector, re is non-connector, alif is non-connector, ze is non-connector, and vav is non-connector. So except they all are non-connectors. So They will assume initial position only, and then Re is non-connector, so it will take the final position and one connector here. Alif is non-connector, it will take independent position. Z is non-connector, it will take independent position, and Waw is non-connector, it will take independent position. So when we will combine them, so we can write it like this: Tarazu, Tere, Alif, Z, and Waw. Tarazu. So there are 4 parts in this word. Te tomato, tomato. Te tomato, tomater. So te and meem, tum, then ma, tamma, tamma, then again te, tomater. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 letters in making 5 sounds. So tomater, te is connector, meem is connector, alif is non-connector, and re is non-connector. So te will take initial position here like this, te. Then meem is a connector, so meem will come like this. It has connector in the beginning, in the end. And then alif is non-connector, it will assume the final position, and re is non-connector, it will be written at independent position. So when we will combine them, it will be like this: tomater. So this is te, I make small hook here, tomater. I missed one te here, so te will appear here with the one connector here, so tomater. So this is combined here, tomater. Say summer, fruits. Say summer, say some, then meem, and then re, summer. So say, meem, they are connectors, and re is non-connector. So say, this is the initial position of say, and this is the middle position of meem with connector on both sides. Say 3 dots, meem, and re will be in the final position. So we'll write like this: this is summer, summer. Jeem, juta, slippers or shoes. Jeem, juta. Jeem sound, wow sound. Ju, then te, juta. So jeem is connector, wow is non-connector, te is connector, alif is non-connector. So jeem will assume initial position because it is connector. Wow is non-connector, so it will appear in the final position. So this is only connector in the beginning, and then we cannot connect it with next letter. Then te is connector, so it will assume the initial position, and alif is non-connector, so alif will be in the final position. So when we will join them, it will be written like this: ju, these two, ju, and then te alif ta, ju ta. Che chamach, spoon. Che chamach. So in chamach we have che sound, meem sound, again che sound, chamach. So che is connector, meem is connector, so we'll make it one group. So this is initial position of che, this is the middle position of meem, and this is the final position of che. It has, this is J and connector in the beginning. So when we will connect them, so it will be written like this: chammach. Hey hookah, pipe. Hey hookah. Hey sound, then calf sound, and then hey sound. Choti hai, hookah. So hey is a connector, calf is a connector, and this hey is also connector. So all are connectors, so we'll combine it in one group. So initial position of hey is this, middle position of calf is this, and hey, we'll write hey like this. This is hey, and there we have connector here, or we can write hey like this also. This is connector and hey. Let me write it. So hookah. Khe khargosh, rabbit. Khe khargosh. We need khe sound, khe, khar, then re, then gaf, khargosh, and then sheen. Now khe is connector, re is non-connector, gaf is connector, waw is non-connector, and sheen is connector. So khe is connector, it will assume initial position. Re is non-connector, so it will assume final position, re. So we cannot connect any letter after re, so there is a break. And then gaf is a connector, so we can assume initial position of gaf. And then waw is non-connector, again like re, it will assume final position, and this is connector here. And sheen is left only, so it will take the independent position. So when we will combine these, we will get the word like this: khar gosh. Dal darwaza, door. Dal darwaza, dar, dar, va, वाव अलिफ वा, दाल रे दर, वाव अलिफ वा, दरवा, जे है za, darwaza. If you notice, all letters, they are non-connectors, so we cannot connect them with each other. So this is, darwaza is written as it is, darwaza. Zal, zakhira, stock of commodities, or stock. Zal, zakhira. We write zakhira like this: z, khe sound, choti ye, zakhi, zakhi, then re and he. Sorry. Zal is non-connector, khe is connector, ye is connector, re is non-connector, and he is connector. So zal is non-connector, it will assume the independent position. Khe is connector, so it will take the initial position, khe, and then ye. Ye is connector, so it will assume the middle position here, and one connector with the khe and one connector here, and then it will be connected with re, and re is non-connector, it will assume the final position when we cannot connect any letter after this, and then he will appear independent. So this is called zakhira. Dal, degree. Degree is the English word, so we also use in Urdu. Dal, degree. Dal, Gaf, dig. Actually, it is Z. Dal, Zer. So that E sound is there. Dig, Re. So Dal is non-connector, Gaf is connector, Re is non-connector, and Ye is connector. So Dal is non-connector, so it will take independent position because it is coming at first place. Then Gaf is connector, so it will assume the initial position. Re is non-connector, so we'll connect it here. And then Ye will take the final position. So degree, we can write it like this, degree. Re, rail gadi, rail car. Gadi means car. Gadi is used for all types of vehicles in Urdu. So we can say gadi, rail gadi, composite word because it has two parts. Rail is one word and gadi is another word. Rail, rail, re, ye, re, and then lam. Sakin, sakin mean constant. Re, rail, gadi. So we need gaf, alif, re, gadi, and then again choti ye, choti ye. So there are 7 sounds. Rail, because there are two. This is composite word. Rail is one part and gadi is another part. So R is non-connector, Ye is connector, and Lam is connector. So we'll write like this: Re, Ye is connector. So it will assume the initial position because Re cannot connect it with the next letter because it is non-connector. Then Lam will be written here with the connector in the beginning. So we'll write rail, and for gadi we'll write gaf, assume the initial position. When we have to understand one rule here, that whenever alif is joined with gaf, so we'll write like this. We'll make alif and we'll turn it backside. So this is gaf. So gaf, alif, ga, we cannot connect with this shape with alif, so we'll have to make a round and gaf, alif, ga, and then re and ye both will appear independent. So when we will combine these two, we can write it as rail gadi, ga, rail gadi. Re, raver, a flock of sheep. Re, raver. So re, choti ye, then wow, and re again. Re, re, and wow, they are non-connectors, and choti ye is connector. So when we will write the re word, so re will assume the independent position because it is at the first place. Then ye, this is ye, initial position, and then wow, the final position of wow, because it is non-connector, we cannot bring it in middle. So re word, then re again, it will assume the final position. So revel will be written like this: re word, re word. Ze, zuban, tongue. Ze, Zuban. Zu, actually it is Zu sound, Ze pesh, Zu. It is not Zaban, it is Zuban, Ze, and then Be, and Alif, and Noon. Zub, Zuban, Zuban. So, Ze, Alif, they are non-connector, Be and Noon is connector. So, Ze will be at independent position at the first place, Zu, then Be initial position, Alif is non-connector, so it will assume the final position with one connector here, and then Noon is left only, so it will be independent. So Zuban, so we write Zuban, Zuban. If you want to write Pesh here, so we can write Pesh here, Zuban. Je, Jalabari, hailstorm, Jalabari. So we have Ze, which is non-connector, Alif is non-connector, Lam is a connector, and then He is a connector. Whereas in Bari, we have Be sound, which is connector, Alif is non-connector, Re is non-connector, and Ye is non-connector. So Jala Bari. So Jala, we'll write it like this: Ye independent because non-connector, Alif is independent, non-connector, Lam is connector, so it will assume the initial position no, and then He is connector, so we will connect He with Lam. So Jala, or if you want you can connect it like make it He, Jala, and then from Bari we have Be is initial position, then Alif with connector here, and Re and Ye will be appearing as independent. So Bari. So we'll write Jala Bari. So that's all in this lesson. For remaining letters we will continue in next lesson. Thank you very much.